searching for the right place, and then I was very happy to know that Kiran has started something called as Leadership Card with another three amazing leaders.
Training started with a SWOT analysis on our own strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat areas.
This particular course was broken into 4 main crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
The second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the 4-step urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Why change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all 4 mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantages from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior and senior management.
In this public speaking skills and speak like a leader. I was searching for the right place, and then I was very happy to know that Kiran has started something called as Leadership Card with another 3 amazing leaders.
Training started with a SWOT analysis on our own strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat areas.
This particular course was broken into 4 main crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
The second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the 4-step urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Why change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all 4 mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantages from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior and senior management.
Good evening to everyone joining us live. We are back here once again Thursday evenings for the Card Hour, brought to you every Thursday from 7:45 till 8:30 by Leadership Card Team. Every week, Thursdays, we have a coach who comes in and shares their insights and their learnings. The Leadership Card Team is the brainchild of 4 individuals. Next slide.
I want to improve myself in this public speaking skills and speak like a leader.
The Leadership Card is the brainchild of 4 individuals who are together because they have a shared vision and mission to inspire, motivate, and support 1 million emerging leaders in their growth journey. Myself, Kirandeep Sandhu, Ashish Tatta, Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan, and Devesh Mohan come from varied fields and industries, and we bring together our cumulative experiences of 100 years so that we can help emerging leaders in their growth journey. Next slide. I come from academics and communication. I have over 2 decades of experience in academics, entrepreneurship, and coaching. I'm a John Maxwell certified coach and HRDF coach, a social entrepreneur, and areas that I focus on are mindset, personality development, communication, personal branding, and TEDx coaching. Mr. Ashish Datta is actually a chartered accountant by profession. He is right now COO, CFO of an IT-based company, has worked in industries such as IT as well as manufacturing in the last 3 decades. He calls himself a self-leadership architect. And with that, he's also focusing on conflict management, self-leadership, team dynamics, and relationship management. Our speaker tonight is Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan, and I will be sharing more about him later. But his areas of expertise are business transformation, personal transformation, including SWOT, priority management, networking, and customer experience. Our coach, Devesh Mohan, comes from sales and alliances. Devesh has experience in sales, business development, and alliances, and has worked in this industry for over 2 decades. He's a social entrepreneur, and his areas of focus are leadership coaching, personal transformation, goal setting, sales and alliance coaching, and partnership programs. So what are we going to be talking about today? Well, our coach, Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan, is here today to talk about the leadership lessons from the art of making biryani. But why Ram Ramakrishnan? Well, Ram has been in the industry for over 3 decades. He himself is a leadership and transformation coach. He's a TEDx speaker, author of 2 books, and he has worked with wide range of companies and organizations bringing in transformation, and worked with companies which are Fortune 500. So today, let's listen to Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan as he talks about the leadership lessons from biryani. Let me bring Mr. Ram to the stage. Over to you, Ram.
Thank you, Kiran, for the wonderful introduction and also quick run down on the leadership card team. And I'm happy to be here as part of this leadership card hour today, sharing my thoughts on the leadership lessons from art of making the biryani. So I remember of a quote, world is a classroom, those who are prepared to learn. So that is the thing. One of the things, if you are prepared to learn, you can learn things from anything and everything. But I also have wrote an article about customer service by observing the roadside vegetable vendors and the tender coconut vendors. That way they teach a lot of those lessons which you never get it in any of those premium institute when you go there. So you have to keep your ears and eyes open when you are walking, when you are going for a tour or a trip or anywhere you go there, you learn a lot of those lessons. That is where I thought, let me bring in this as the leadership, the lesson from this art of making biryani. And I'm sure how many of you had seen a movie which is called Mangalyaan. They talked about the mission to the Mangalyaan, which went there. In that, understood the scientist calculated the fuel efficiency. What is the fuel requirement by way of observing in the when you switch off the stove, the boiling oil still has got that power to make few more puris in that. That is where with that they have that observation. It's not only as scientists also do, they have brought in that kind of a thing. With that, they calculated those fuel efficiency to go to that journey, and which I recently understood that mission is run out of fuel after so many years now. So that is the thing you get in. So let's move on and looking at. I wanted some of the observers. Which of this thing you will choose when you look at on the look of it? There are different type of biryanis. Is what first I'm giving it. This is the one type of it. This is another. This is the another one. What do you do when you look at this? Which one you choose?
Very interesting.
There are very interesting. Sometimes now you choose based on how it look and feel of it. What is it looking at it? That is the way. Similarly, you have an responsibility to hire a manager or an executive to your organization. You have nothing else. You have to see these photographs and choose. Whom do you choose? Right? Can we choose this way? One of the things is there is some time. That is where the brand and other things comes in. Many times we look at those brands and other things. Based on that, we start looking at and start choosing things. Here I wanted to give an example. I'm sure all of you might have an experience of going to a restaurant or a place wherein when you looked at the first look at the entrance of it, you not got a great feeling about it. But if you went inside, you got the delicious food and that or the superb services from that people. I remember many years back, some of my friends were referring to me a restaurant which I good if I needed a good Punjabi kind of a delicacy which I wanted to taste it. They told me in Bangalore there is something called Bobby Ka Dhaba, which is closer to one of the Gurudwara in the Alsur Road in Bangalore. They asked me to go there. When I went there, the look of it, I didn't get a feeling this guy is going to serve a great food inside. When I looked at those smaller table, the old table, what has been put in, that also didn't give me that kind of a feeling whether I'm going to get a excellent food or not. But you don't believe, finally, when we had the food, it was so authentic, delicious, and tasty food we got it from there. And similarly, I'm sure you will have an experience like this, saying that when you went into a place wherein the first look of it, you didn't like it, when they got a delicious food. Similarly, vice versa, also, I had an experience. There is a shopping mall. I looking at the so nicely done. I entered inside the shop. There no one there interested in serving you. They are not the least bothered. They were questioning like, why did you come inside, kind of a thing. That's a feeling also you will get it. So on the face of it, on the face value of it, sometime you may not be able to decide what is that you need to do that. That is where I chosen this kind of a thing. There is this preparation requires so many ingredients. I was trying to look at, there are about 27 plus ingredient which has been put in there. I know some of those chefs or a region based, there are many things which is available today. They change few of those ingredient and bring in, delete some ingredient and bring in some, add some new ingredient. They do that. But is that sufficient when I have all this ingredient is required? Am I assured that I will make a best of the best thing? It's not going to happen. One of the thing is you need to, second thing is understand what is those quality of this for you're getting it. See, now why don't you use the normal rice when you wanted to cook biryani? You go and get the basmati rice which is required, or somebody people call it the biryani rice. You get it and you choose the nice vegetables which is required. There are so many spices which is required. For instance, those spices are very expensive, costly. It is more than your vegetable. You need to buy them in that required quantity and other thing. But it's not going to happen. You have all this ingredient. You put it together. Can you get? No. you're not going to get it. And each one of there is a process of cooking that vegetable which is there. There is a process of cooking that rice which is there, not like you put 4 whistles in the cooker and it will be a good one kind of a thing. It's not going to be that way. There is a different process. You need to follow that. And there are some of those ingredients. You need to know when to add those ingredients and how to add. There are something, what to add and when to add and where to add and how you add those things. These things become a very key thing. And some of it is, you see some of the bay leaves and some of those star ocean and cpad on all those things are there. This is sometimes it is recommended that you fry them and use it. Sometimes people put little bit of it in when the rice is getting cooked as well. Those are those nitty-gritties people need to know if you want to ultimately get the best of the best of this one. So how is this related to the leadership lessons, leadership we are going to look at? So if you are willing to learn, no one can help. If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. That is another quote which I looked at it. So if you are willing to learn, you can learn from anything. This is what I found very interesting thing with respect to the manager or a leader in an organization. What is it you do? First is it becomes source. Like in this case, you source all those required ingredient. In organization, you need to source the right kind of before that you need to have, like if you are saying I need this basmati rice or a biryani rice, you need to have those job description well defined, saying that what is the kind of a candidate, what is the kind of a person I need in the organization. With that, you start sourcing the people. If you don't have that specification, you don't have what exactly you require, your sourcing is going to be a nightmare. You may get applications, you may not find anyone suitable to be interviewed itself. Then the second thing comes in is you select, you talk to them, understand. You have certain overall objective of the organization, objective of the department. With that, you keeping in that mind and the job description of this person, you start selecting that person. Once you select that person, you choose the right kind of a, it's like the right kind of a measure and ingredient you wanted to put there. Here you choose the right candidate who can fit into the bill and who can add value to you what you are doing it, which is most important. That is the selection process one need to follow, becomes a key and important part of it. Then, as I said, in the entire thing of the ingredient, each ingredient has got a different properties. You have to add that right kind of a proportion. You can't say that I have something more, I will add that thing into that, entire thing will get spoiled. Similar to that, there are people, each people in organization when you select comes with certain strengths, certain weaknesses, certain qualities and aspirations. Everything is there. You need to take into understand those properties very clearly. With that, how you start working with them, mix them in your team. What is that you need to work on? What are all the various projects you have on hand? How this kind of a mix is really going to help you. I would like to give an example. One of the things is I was handling one of the real estate consolidation project. Even after a year, they were not able to find the right kind of a solution to do that. First thing I looked at is looking at the source, selecting the right people, understanding the property, who all need to be there. Instead of 15 people, I eliminated 12 of them. I had only 3 people. That is the mix it was required. I don't need 15 people in that project. That is where I found this is the 3 people key, which is required. Once I had the right mix of the people with those talents and requirement of that particular project, they were able to get the things moving and get things sorted out in a very, very quick succession. So that is where the cook at the end of it comes in, is the as a manager and a leader, you find the sourcing has to be right, then select the right kind of people, understand each one, so properties, their strength, weaknesses, and what are the unique talents people bring in, and what are their personal aspirations. It's also an important, as a leader, it is not only looking at organizational aspiration it's going to help. We need to work and help the personal aspirations as well. How as a leader you are going to help them to achieve their personal. With that, when every time you put a team, mix them with kind of a thing, what are those ingredients required, what are those things will make your team a successful team. And to do that, and if you keep overall organization's objective, from there you drive your functions objective, start working on it. Each time you will be able to deliver better results. If we don't do that, what happens, like we are seeing in case of those biryani, there are different kind of a make, different kind of a taste, different kind of a things are happening. That is what will happen ultimately. Organization will not be happy with right kind of what is that you ultimately deliver it. So to do that, align with overall organization's goal and start doing all these activities. Just to give quick glimpses of a leadership thing, what you are as a visionary, you need to inspire the organizational as well as the individual growth. This combining thing is most important. One need to do that. How do you do that? That is what plays a thing. Then as a contributor, one other thing is you need to train them every time and each time to deliver. You as a contributor, you help them applying your personal capabilities to achieve the results and provide them the details. And the tactician, ensuring the business results are achieved, you need to work on it. As a facilitator, working with others is not only you cook the right kind of biryani is going to be helpful. Each one need to do that. Whoever in organization is working on it and doing it, whether they are able to do the way you deliver the things by way of a delegation and other thing becomes an important thing. So this four role of a leader, if we can play it well by way of understanding these parameters, what I talked about, basically source and select the right kind of people, understand those properties, and also put them in the right kind of an environment so that they can start delivering their best at all time, anytime and every time when you ask them to do that. These are all some of the things which I looked at. So one of the things I remember here, the Jim Rohn says, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. So you need to look at how do you self-educate with all the environment where you are working. See, there is nothing wrong in you learning. You will learn. Somebody is not good also, you will learn something saying that you should not be like that. Kind of a thing. Learning always happens. You need to take that and start working on it. These are all some of these small nuggets I had on this part of the thing. How do you work on and what is that? You will start getting it by way of understanding what is happening in and around to you. I know anyone has got any questions, we can look at and take it.
Thank you, Ram, for a very interesting session today about leadership lessons from biryani. I was quite intrigued when you're talking about it from how it was actually absolutely right what you said, that we may have all these ingredients, but we have to be able to put these ingredients in the right proportion, the right mixtures, in order to be able to, create the right dish that you want to create.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a very interesting question. So one of the questions that I have is going to be more to do that can you explain a little bit more about the part about, as a leader, it's true. When you walk in, there will be some people who will immediately make it seem that they are the right candidate, right? They will make you feel that they're the right candidate. But when they get into the organization, that's when you realize that maybe I made a mistake.
Yes.
Can you help us with your experience in corporate? How do you really ensure that you are sourcing the right person to be part of it? It's not just the looks of that person.
Yeah. This is very pertinent, important questions. I also did those mistakes in initial stages. And what happens is you need to be absolutely clear what is that kind of a job description you wanted to do. Many times I had seen in organizations when people hire, even when I was in leadership position, when people want to hire, I ask them what is the job description. They don't have on hand. What is that exactly needs to be done by this person? Nobody has got. Even before you hire a person, first thing is a clear job description. If you are able to make it, that will help you to source the right kind of a candidate. Then you also, it is not necessary that only after a person is joined, you have to define the goals and the measurement criteria. You are hiring somebody to want to do something and have those goals and measurement criteria written down and discuss with those people during the interview, saying that, yeah, this is what I will ask you to do. How do you do, kind of a thing. And that is where their experience, you are able to evaluate the person very clearly. Then you will able to clearly look at this guy. It's an interview. It is not going to be, you're not completely going into details of a person, but some of these preparation as an individual, as a manager, when you are doing it, you will make less of those mistakes. I'm not saying that you will not do those mistakes. You may do those mistakes. You will do less of those mistakes. For that, your preparation, what is that you are looking at as a job description when he come, what are his goal, his or her goals going to be, how you are going to measure, and all this thing, how ultimately this is going to help into the organization overall goal. Everything you link it to that. That is what you need to do. That if you are, that requires good amount of preparation. If you are able to prepare and do that, you are able to going to get the right kind of candidates.
Absolutely.
And even after that, it is important, as I said, it is important. You need to have a session, understand their strength, their weaknesses, and getting to know the person beyond work is most important.
So you're suggesting that leaders have to invest time in the people to know them in order to help them grow.
Yes.
Okay. Ram, excellent question. I have another question which is more related to, if you have anybody in the audience who would like to ask a question, maybe you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, we'll ask one more question to Ram Ramakrishnan, which is to do with the question about when we're talking about people in just like all these different mixes, right? Basically, we've put the different ingredients. That means we're creating a team together who are probably having different properties. What would be your suggestion to our viewers or listeners that how can we try to, get the right high performing team?
Yeah, see, that is where even if you look at it here also, there are ingredients which is going to be costing you very high cost. But you need that ingredient that is required for getting that kind of a taste. Similarly, in organization is also, there are people who are required to certain kind of an activity, which is very important for the achieving ultimate goal of the organization. What is the you have in mind to do that? And you need to bring in, because there also things can happen because you may hire somebody come as a higher cost to you. Somebody may come you at even actually there are certain kind of thing like, see, when we are in a business currently now, we wanted to do a lot of digital marketing and get the people. What is one thing is required is the first person who is going to call, that a personal assistant, makes a lot of difference. I getting all the leads. If I don't do calling, I'm wasting my money there. I'm not ultimately going to achieve the ultimate objective part of it. So given that each role plays a different thing, or now somebody is following it up in a project, I had a lot of this project. What happens is those follow up, the person at the end of it, he follows up whether something is happened or not happened, plays a key role. At the end of it, somebody in a meeting to require that person as a leadership team has to be there in the meeting to take certain decisions. Something is not happening in a right direction, not going well, and you need to give what direction you need to take it and what is that you need to do. That point of a time, the person is required, and he's part of the project and part of the thing, and he's doing certain thing. And similarly, the day in day out, those guys who work on those project, how do they keep into the overall objective of it and work on it becomes an important thing. That is where once the team knows, saying that what is that goal with which we are going to work on it. And after that, individual contributed allow them. This is what I have done in some of my projects. It has given a better result, allowing them on their own. You tell them what to do, not how to do. How to do part of it, let them start, come back and tell you how to do part of it. That is where everyone feels challenged and everyone want to do their contribution bit of it. So things becomes better. So you are able to achieve the right things.
Thank you so much, Ram, for sharing with us. So let's move forward to how can the community keep growing with us? Well, the journey every week is that the Leadership Card team brings to you every Thursday from 7:45 till 8:30, the Card Hour. These are knowledge sharing sessions where our team, a very young team of over 100 years of experience, comes in with their thoughts, their ideas, their experiences, so that you can learn, be inspired, and grow. Along with that, we also have our flagship program, which is the Personal Transformation Program. We have already run 6 batches of this program since 2021, and our next program will be starting in the end of October. More details will be up on our website, our Facebook page, Instagram page, as well as do subscribe to our newsletter for constant updates so that you can keep growing with us. We're also constantly running module-based trainings. We have been having our communication programs. We have been running our customer excellence programs. And recently, the team building program was also run in Malaysia. So if you or your team or your company is looking for a module-based training, do reach out to the Leadership Card team. I believe as a woman leader in this organization, it is my responsibility to empower more women in their growth journey. To break glass ceilings and climb slippery walls, we have the Women Leadership Program. And last but not the least, we also have the online self-paced leadership program where you can learn and grow at your own pace. So these are some of the ways that the Leadership Card team is there to support you in your growth journey so that you can reach new milestones as you transform. Our upcoming programs are going to be the Team Dynamics program, which is going to be held in NCR on the 14th of October. We will be covering modules such as the fundamentals of team dynamics, stages of team evolution, conflict management, as well as innovative thinking and problem solving. Similarly, another upcoming program which will be held, and the program pricing of the Team Dynamics is a total of 5,900, including GST, which will be the early bird price, which ends on the 9th of October, 2022. Our next upcoming program is going to be in Bangalore. Bangalore has been the hub where we've been having a lot of programs. So do inform, share our upcoming programs with people who are interested to grow with us. The next one is going to be our 4th session on customer excellence. It's going to be done on the 19th of October 2022 at the Ibis Bangalore City Center Hotel. We're going to be focusing again on customer excellence, how to develop a positive personality, setting personal and professional goals, set your own goals, as well as how to communicate with influence in your journey of customer excellence. This program is also a module-based program, and the price of this program is $6,490, but the early bird price, which will end on the 9th of October, is $5,900. So do reach out to the Leadership Card team for more information about this program for yourself or for your company. And as I shared before, our 7th batch of personal transformation program will be starting end of October. This is the comprehensive program which runs for 2 months, and every aspect of your journey is covered. We start off with personality development, where we look into programs such as personality assessment, your SWOT analysis, goal setting, and how to build a resilient mindset to overcome these challenges. After completing module 1, you move to module 2, which is leading self, where we go through the 3S framework: communication, priority management, and relationship management. Once you are leading yourself, you are ready to lead the teams. And in this module, we will be looking at conflict management, team dynamics, effective negotiation, and business ethics. And lastly, once you're also ready, you move on to the leading your organization, where you have to understand the principles of change management, gender diversity and inclusion, problem solving, decision making, and most important, profitable growth. This is a comprehensive program that runs for 2 months, where we meet every week from 4 till 5:30 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays. And this program will be starting on the 29th of October. And why should you be investing in it? Because you want to grow. And this program is priced individually at $20,000 per module, which makes it a total of $80,000. But if you sign up early, the early bird price is $50,000, which will be ending on the 10th. 10th of October. With that, I would like to say thank you to you for joining us again this week for the Leadership Card Hour. Leadership Card is a training, coaching, mentoring organization. The coaches come with over 100 years of experience from diverse fields. We have worked within India and globally, and we are here to support you and your team to accelerate their growth journey. With that, I would like to say thank you from myself and Ram Ramakrishnan for a wonderful session on the leadership lessons from biryani. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
See you next week.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.